Justice Institute are hereby responding to this egregious attack, no matter what the cost. We here in the United States of America are very, very fortunate in that, unlike other countries where they don't have freedoms and opportunities, we already have them. It's just a matter of defending them in a court of law and providing the follow-through and knowledge for individuals to take advantage of them. That's where we're at.
Growing reaction now to a new push in a California elementary school. Along with learning their ABCs, first and second graders are getting a 1-hour lesson on gender diversity. There are parents who have expressed concerns that this maybe is not the right subject matter for their young child. Brad, what are you doing to step in and work with those parents?
Well, we at the Pacific Justice Institute, our national organization, committed to defending the rights of parents. And we've given them counsel to opt their children out. And mind you, they're very concerned about this. This isn't just about bullying and treating children to respect other kids. That's fine. This is a very extreme, very controversial program when you're teaching children in kindergarten, first grade, that you can be a boy, a girl, or both. In addition to defending the rights of parents, we at the Pacific Justice Institute also want to defend ministries and people of faith. For example, churches wishing to build, grow, and expand, and yet they're being prevented from doing so. According to pastors, the #1 curtailment for church growth in America today is not lack of members or money. It's local government saying, we don't want you. And we at Pacific Justice love to break through those barriers.
Members of a Sacramento church are in a legal fight with the city over parking. The disagreement has forced some of the members to pray in a nearby garage. Fox 40's Scott Babishak explains.
Many here at the Independent Baptist Church on Harris Street immigrated from the former Soviet Union. Members say they never expected a legal battle to get in the way of their freedom of religion, especially here in the United States.
We weighed in on the matter. We filed a lawsuit in federal court, and after much litigation, that church is now filling its pews with people worshiping Sunday morning.
We've had the privilege to represent quite a number of people who celebrate traditional marriage. Unfortunately, the places where they work or their schools often don't feel that way. It's unfortunate, but we joyfully take on the task of helping them to fight for their First Amendment rights.
We at Pacific Justice Institute handle more case matters on the West Coast than any other organization of our kind. We handle roughly 4,000 case matters a year without charge through a huge network of over 1,000 volunteer affiliate attorneys nationwide. Now, every dollar of support to our ministry has 10 times the punch in our litigation budget because 90% of it is already being paid for by attorneys volunteering their time. Pacific Justice is also unique in that we just don't take on the high-profile cases, but work hard to make sure everyone gets help. After In God We Trust on Our Money was challenged in federal court, Pacific Justice intervened and successfully defended it before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. When Pastor Rick Warren was sued to prevent him from praying at the presidential inauguration, Pacific Justice successfully defended him and the prayer went on. In a landmark church case, Pacific Justice defended Faith Fellowship Church's right to move into their new building after the city of San Leandro said no.
When push came to shove, we ended up having to call upon Pacific Justice Institute. And for the last 5 years, they have stood and supported us and defended us in court. And the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals overruled the lower court's decision on 7 counts and gave us the victory in that case. And there's no way that we could have done it without them.
A young boy was ordered never to bring his Bible to school after he was caught sharing his faith. Well, Pacific Justice sued, and the boy won. In a major precedent-setting case, Pacific Justice defended the right of parents to homeschool their children. Pacific Justice also equips and defends Christian business owners who simply want to live their faith through their business.
Christine had set in her lawsuit that she wanted to get an injunction and shut us down, not the swim team, but the whole business. Well, for a business owner, that's kind of scary.
So I talked to Kevin Snyder and he looked over our case And several days later, he called me back and said, Steve, we think this is a great civil rights case, and you know, Mr. Ravella, you have rights too. Pacific Justice Institute, they came through. It was really good. So what can I say but thank you.
Discrimination against serious Christians is the last outpost of bigotry allowed and promoted by the ACLU and their acolytes. It is likely there would be no adequate defense without Pacific Justice Institute.
I think that we must see with clarity the desperate importance, but also the encouraging significance of the Pacific Justice Institute.
I was born Jewish in the Islamic Republic of Iran. I have seen the contrast here. Religious liberty is flourishing here, and it is great here, and I want to make sure that we keep it that way.
It would be a real tragedy if while we are defending our freedoms overseas, we lost our freedom and our moral compass at home. With your help and with the leadership of Pacific Justice Institute, that won't happen.
I encourage you to support Pacific Justice Institute, both financially and especially prayerfully, as they fight the good fight for Christians in our courts today.